Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. As always, thank you, huge massive thank you for the support. So I'm on day 2 of my Hunkydory members free gift week. So I'm still on the same page that I was using before. I did 2 cards before, and this is the Believe in Yourself with the lovely, I think it's a white raven. We've got a peacock in a round topper left, and we've got this Believe You Can and You're Halfway There sentiment. So let me just pop those out of the way, and then the cardstock I've got is the printed one with that raven on. I'm going to call it a raven because that's what I think it is. Okay, so I thought I'd start off quite easy with a little easel card. My brain is not working as it should do, so the second card may be more of a challenge for me, but we will see how that goes. But let's start nice and easy and ease our way into it. So I've got a 6x12 card blank, and I'm just going to crease that at the 6-inch mark and make that half fold, and then I'm going to come in with the 3-inch one, and we're going to give that burnish down as well. So this easel card that I'm doing is going to be like a full easel, so I am going to do a full size panel on top of it today. So let's pop that scoreboard out of the way and bring in the trimmer. So the first thing I need to do is the panel to go on there, so I'm just going to bring in some of that damaged cardstock that I had. So let me just chop that bit off there, and that just needs to be exactly 6x6 to match the card. Okay, so hopefully that should be, let's try one from there. Okay guys, I'm just going to cut another piece because I'm not happy with that one. Bear with me just 2 seconds. Okay, so I just found another piece of card. I know this is 6 inches across. Again, that's from that cardstock that got a bit bashed. So I'm just checking that that fits nicely onto the top of there. And it does. Okay, so the foiling on the kit is gold, so I'm still going to be using up these 6x6 card Mimi mats. So let me just take 2 of those out. Yeah, 2. So I need to do one from the top, and I need to do one for the base. So I'm just going to go round and take 2 notches off each side, so it'll be 2 notches under the 6, and then again with, oh, we've got an extra one there. Let me just pop that back in the packet. And 2 notches, and then 2 notches. Let's just check that that fits onto there quite nicely. With a super narrow border round, and then that one should fit onto there as well. Again, super narrow border round. Okay, so for the top, I'm going to be using this side with this corner on. So I need to cut that down to 4 notches under the 6, and I'm going to do that as a square. And then if I bring, actually it's going to be this panel here, just bring that in, make sure got a nice even border around we have. And then for the bottom, I'm going to be using, actually I might switch these around and have this on the top, but I have cut the insert and it's still a little big. Let me just bring in my old trimmer, bear with me a second, and apologise for this trimmer. It is the trimmer I've had the longest. and I do abuse it a little bit, so just 4 notches under the 6. I thought I cut it down right the first time, but no. Okay, that's on there. Okay, so I wasn't sure where I'm going to use this on the top because it's going to be hidden by some of our topper or the bottom, so we'll decide that as we go along. So what I'm going to do is just start a little bit of assembly. We'll start with the bottom first of all. So the glues that I'm going to be using, as always, it will be the Kalau all-purpose glue and the Kalau tacky glue. Loads of glues out there, you use what you're used to, in whatever manner you're used to. I tend to do the all-purpose in the middle and a little bit of tacky on the corners for extra support. So I'm toying with the idea of buying a new trimmer, maybe a guillotine trimmer, just because of the situation with the tonic blades and things. I know there are other blades that fit, because people did message me and say, a couple of people did say, but I'm one of them people where the right thing has to go in the right hole, in terms of the trimmers and the equipment and that sort of thing. So I have been putting it off, but I think if the tonic replacement ones haven't come in by the end of the month, then you'll probably see a guillotine one, whether it be Hunkydory or whether it be Crafter's Companion, maybe even another, I don't know, but yeah, definitely toying with that idea. So this one, because we want it to stand up once we've stood the card up, I need to make sure that I don't put any glue over this side, because obviously if we stick that on there, what's then going to happen is I'm just going to have a normal card, albeit very thick. So the easiest way for me to do that and just make sure I don't put it in any way is to glue on this bit of panel here. So a little bit of tacky glue, a little bit of no, sorry, that was the all-purpose glue, a little bit of tacky on those corners. And that should give me plenty of time to line this up into the correct position, and it shouldn't put glue anywhere where we don't want it. So this means that the card is going to stand like this. Okay, so we'll give that a good press down. So move those little bits out of the way. So now I need to decide on which way round I want this. So I was kind of thinking that this may well go quite nicely on there, and then have that on the bottom with my sentiment or one of the sentiments on. I also did think maybe a little bit of ribbon along here. So I'm not sure which way around I want to do that. So let's just have a little look. See, I'm kind of thinking was that there's quite a lot on that page already. No, I am. I'm going to put it on here. I'm going to pop a little bit of ribbon across there, and I'm going to use some, I think it's 1/2 centimetre, is it? Let's grab my ruler. No, not that ruler, this ruler. Yeah, it's about 1/2 centimetre, and it's just some satin ribbon that I've had for a little while. So let's just cut that down to around about where we want it to be. Oops, doesn't want to leave me. And then I'm just going to grab 2 pieces of this red liner tape, the super sticky. Across there. And I think around about there should be okay. Take those off. Oh, it's going to stick to me because Full of electricity today. Okay, so then I'm going to come in with this ribbon. Just want it to go over that white bit. Put that down. Feed that along. I could do that just being a little lower. Okay, and then I'm going to pop some tacky glue on the end because that's going to stop that fraying. And again, and there as well, because again that'll stop that fraying. And then I can come in with this all-purpose glue and my tacky in the corners. So we decided this was going to go on the top. Good press down. Okay. So then we can decide that this is going on the bottom. So I am going to put some all-purpose in the middle. Oops. That's going to give me a little bit of wiggle time. And I use this Crafted Companion tape pen. It is the Dotty, just because that's the one I've got on my desk at the moment. And I haven't done very much die cutting lately, so I don't mind using them. Okay, let's give that a good press down. Okay, and obviously we want a bit of dimension on here, so I'm thinking I'm going to do it the opposite way to what I usually do, whereas normally I have the frame sort of low and the centerpiece high. I'm going to do it the other way around and I have the frame as the highest. And so these are about a 5mm pad. And these are Crafter's Companion ones, just because that's the tallest ones that I have are in Crafter's Companions. And just take a couple of snips out of there. I do tend to give it quite a lot of support. It's just my preference. Just a little bit back in there. Let's just get rid of that. And a bit on there as well. Right, just eyeball where I want that to be. So I'm thinking over to that side a little bit. So I think what I will do is just put a small black bow on here as well. Probably going to use some of those gold gemstones. Oh, the screen's gone blurry, bear with me. Okay, so I'm hoping that wasn't blurry for long, but I won't know until I check the footage back. But put an extra light on, so hopefully it should be fine now. Okay, so we've got all those backs off. Just going to put some tacky glue on the back for a bit of float time. Stand that one up. Then we're going to bring that in like so. And then I've got the Hunkydory 1mm one. Sticking to my fingers. Apologies if you can hear the neighbours. We're a right old chat out there today. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this one back in. Okay, and then if I grab bow maker, little tiny bow maker. I just want to go for a teeny tiny bow. So you just wrap it around under and then tie a little knot. There we go. This is going to be the tiniest little bow. So let's just take a bit of there. I'm hoping that's not going to fray. Okay, so I will put that on last with a bit of freezy glue gel because I don't want that to get in my way when I'm putting this together. So let's pop that to the side. So now what I want to do is look at the sentiments. So on here I've got a many happy returns. I've got this little raven. I've got the big one, which is believe you can, and you're halfway there. But what I thought I might do is bring in this just my type pad, which I recently got. It's a sentiment strip, and we've got some of these lovely sentiments in the beginning. So we've got they do come in black, white and brown, I believe. Yeah, so white on black, so with the writing, and then you've got the black on the brown and the white with the black. So I was thinking about these brown ones that they might go with it if I put some gold behind. So let's just pop out that page and bring my trimmer in. Let's see. So we've got be happy, dream big, bloom with grace, be kind, you are my sunshine, dare to dream, love always, live in the moment, I'm yours, hooray for today, believe in yourself, make it happen, have faith, the best is yet to come, stay positive, laugh often, be brave, enjoy each moment, today's a new day, fall in love, be yourself, anything is possible, let your light shine, life is sweet, make a wish, never give up, choose joy, do something great, you are amazing. Let love blossom, be thankful, you can change the world, you are magic, no fear, venture, wait, life is beautiful, stay cool, shine like stars, heart to heart, little by little, follow your heart, make someone smile today. So I kind of thought that these, the best is yet to come, stay positive and laugh often, is the one that I was going to go with. So let me just trim that out. Like so. And then if I have a piece of gold mirror card, there's bound to be a little offcut, so bear with me. Let me just grab that. Oop, creaky chair, apologies. Right, so we've got that on there. Let's see if there's a smaller one. That's a bit smaller. Let's go with that. Oops, just knocked something over. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just peel that sticky off me. I'm just going to mark with my thumb around about where they need to be. Hopefully that should be quite nice. I'm going to have to sort of trim those fluffy bits off, but that is fine. Let's put that back in my little bag. And just because that's paper and my trimmer blade is rubbish, I'm just going to trim off those little fluffy bits. It's just a case of going along the line already cut, so I don't want to cut into it, and not at this point anyway. Okay, so now we need to decide on where we want each to be. So I was kind of thinking maybe laugh often on the top, and then maybe the best is yet to come, stay positive on the bottom. So let's go ahead and snip down those lines. And I am going to use this all-purpose. Just being super careful with it. And I want there to be a border all the way around. So I can go ahead. Oops, if I can pick it up. Just going to pop onto there. And then might laugh often. I think they should be around about right. So we'll give those a couple of seconds to go off. While that is going off, I did think about something else I was going to do. Let's do the gems. It's not what I was thinking of just now, but we can definitely do that. So again, I'm coming in with these gold ones, just because they are my favourite thing at the moment. I did find some other ones on AliExpress the other day, more gold pearls rather than gems like these. So I have got some new ones coming, so no doubt they will be my new favourite. Okay, so let's go with sort of medium. Oops, come on now. And then the smaller one. Just give that a little shove that way. And then I'm going to do 2 in this corner. I think I'll go with a smaller one. And then an even smaller one. So we've got 5 there. Put those to the side. Hopefully I am not going to move them. Oops, so just still a bit slippy. So what I can do is just come down the middle, there and there, and there, being all indecisive about this. Okay, so we decided that we were going to have laugh often on the top. So for that one, I'm going to need a Crafter's Companion one. I think that's probably about the right height. I do want it to come over frame, so we can pop a bit of glue there, a bit of glue there. I'm going to pop that one in there, and I think I've got a bit of glue on that frame, but we'll try clear. So I'm going to stay with the height on this first one, because this is going to be my stopper. So let's just put that one on there and cut this down a little bit for this next one. Obviously with the just my type, you've got sentiments in there, you've got you know, family members, so you could even be putting, you know, grandma, mum, nan, I think there is in there, sister-in-law. Okay, so let's just try and get that a little straighter. Where is my little straight ruler? I think that is okay. And then this one I'm going to use the 1mm foam pad on. So let's just pop a little bit there, and I'll take a little bit off there as well. Okay, so if you didn't have the just my type pad, if you are sort of computer minded, what you could do is just print it out on white card or white paper, and then just use a bit of ink to colorise that. Okay, and I think what I might do, well, we've still got our ribbon, is just take a couple of gems just to tie this together with the top. I'll go with one, that one, and a smaller one. Come on now, there we go. And that glue will dry clear, so it will be fine. So then I'm just gently going to pop that down. I'm going to bring in my 3D glue gel. I was thinking that I would pop that there, but I don't know whether I want to pop that up there instead. No, I'm going to go on the ribbon. Oops, I got the plug in there. Oh, I've got it on my hands, that's going to be hard to get rid of. So I like to use the glue gel purely because in my house the glue dots tend to fall off after a certain amount of time. So I tend to like the glue gel because it is a permanent thing, and that's the Kalal 3D glue gel. Okay, let me just wipe all that off my hand, otherwise it's going to be on all my next cards. So that one's on there, and I'm feeling like it needs something in that corner, but I don't know what. I'm going to put just one gem. It does make them even, but I think it just needs something to draw your eye or carry your eye along. So let's go with one huge one in that corner, and then we'll call that one finished. So that's that one finished. So our little easel card, let me bring that around and show you that. And like I say, there's just the type, just my type sentiment strip pads. They're quite good. It's the first one I've had, to be honest, first time I've used it as well. I have got the Christmas one as well. I'll just pop that out. You've got loads of, you know, Dear Santa, Christmas blessings, Christmas tree, stockings, and then you've got all your dear friend, cousin at Christmas, fantastic uncle, making spirits bright, you know, loads of things, which if you've got a kit like this where you've got all of those abilities to split it up and make it into different cards, it is a fantastic addition. So I'm glad I got to use that today. Okay, so what I need to do now is just get set up for card number 2. Okay, so for card number 2, so I've got 2 pieces of 6 by 12, and I am going to be cutting into one. Okay, so I need my scoreboard first of all, so let's do that. So I'm going to take one of them, and I'm going to score at 3 and at 3, and then I can give that a burnish down. So I've not made this style of card before, so I'm not quite sure how it's going to turn out, but hopefully it will be okay. And we'll put that out of the way, and then in can come the trimmer. So for the inside of the card, I need, this is the, no, let's not do the gold mirror yet. Let's go back to this white card. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So let's put that back there. So I need to do 2 pieces. This should be 6 inches. Yep. And I need 2 pieces that are 3.5. So 3.5. And that is spare. So now we can turn to our layers. So for the inside, I need to do a piece that's 2 notches under the 6 and 2 notches under the 6, and this again is going to be gold mirror. Okay, and I have already just cut down that other piece of insert to 4 notches under the 6 to fit on the inside of there. Okay, and before I do any more layers, I think what I should do is assemble the card base, and then it's going to be easier for me to show you which way I'm going with it. So for these pieces here, I'm going to score at 1/2 inch because these need to be attached to our main card to make what I found on Pinterest is called a fancy gatefold. So I don't know if that's its true name, but that is what I found it was called on Facebook, Pinterest. So that is, let's move that out of the way a second. So then these then attach onto here like so. So I think it's probably going to be best for me to use a red liner tape. And same on the other one, because that's going on the other side. Giving that a good press down. I will just come along and burnish that with my scorer, just because it helps the tape just to really stick down. It makes it easier to get the tape off. Okay. So if I peel this tape into there, just side, let's turn that way because the card's just a little whiter that side, and then this one is just going to go into there like that, and the other one is going to go on that side. Okay, so you're going to end up with a card that looks like this. Okay, so that's the start of it. Okay, so let me just grab that trimmer. Okay, so we've got the inside. So now I need to do some pieces for the front. Now I'm not sure how much is going to be seen because there are panels going across it, but I'm going to put them on there just for this first one, and then obviously if you can't see them then you don't have to copy that bit. So I'm going to bring in a piece of this gold card again, and I'm going to cut that 2 notches under the 3 and 2 notches under the 6. And again 2 notches under the 3 and 2 notches under the 6. So let's just check they fit quite nicely. It does, and that's fine as well. And then I'm going to bring in some of these papers again to decorate here. Like I say, I don't know how much is showing. I don't think it's going to be very much, but I just wanted a hint of colour behind there if there is. So let me just clean out that. There's just a lot of gunk in there. So for this, I need to be 4 notches under the 3 by 4 notches under the 6. Make that perfect little mat. There we go. And same again. 4 notches under the 3 and 4 notches under the 6 for that second one. Okay, so then next I need to take some more white card. So this needs to be 2 notches under the 6, and I'm going to cut this to 2 notches under the 2. So I do need 3 of them. So I will have to grab another piece of card. So 2 notches under the 6 and 2 notches under the 2. Okay, now before I do anything else, let me just pop that out of the way. What I want to do is just lay this, because I did sort of measure them. I think they're going to be a decent size. They should come almost sort of covering the whole, when it's cards close, you know, you pretty much want them covering much of that. So that's fine. Okay, so let's bring my primer back in, and now I need to do the gold mats for those. So they are going to be 4 notches under the 6. Let me just double check that. That fits nicely on. Oops, that way around. Yeah. And then so that was 2 notches under the 2, so this next bit we need 3 pieces that are 4 notches under the 2. So then these should all fit onto these pieces here quite nicely. And then the scary bit. So those were 4 notches under the 2, so this needs to be 6 notches under the 2. So 1, 2, 6. So 6 notches under the 2, so really it's 1.5 plus 2 notches. So 1.5 plus 2 notches and 1.5 plus 2 notches, and then lengthways we want that to be 6 minus 6 notches, so it's going to be 5.5 plus 2 notches. So okay, and then hopefully that should fit quite nicely onto there. Yes, it does. Okay, so let's see how this looks when it's all assembled. It's either going to be amazing or it's not. So let's pop that out of the way. Let's start with the inside. And coming in with the all-purpose. Oops, it's drunk. A little bit tacky. I'm just making sure that I'm nowhere near those crease lines. So again, I'm using all-purpose and a little bit of dotty tape pen, just to make sure that it stays in place. And that all-purpose glue will just give it a bit of float time. There we go. So let's close that up for now. And then we're going in with these layers. So everything at the moment needs to be quite flat because we've got our panels going on top of here as well. Okay, and again on this side. And again on there. Make sure those are nice. And then again with this, let's make sure we've got them both the same way. And that way around, I think. Yep. And again, I'm coming in all-purpose in the middle. You can use your tapes if you want, whatever you're happy with. And just going to pop that in. Like so, give that a good squash down. And then again, so I need to refill this back up. It's been a bit difficult. It's because I've got an air bubble in it. Oh no, not that one. That off, because that might make my paper go a bit soggy. Okay. And then just making sure I am the same way up. Yes, I am. Just pop this. To there, like so. Okay, like I say, you're not going to see a lot of that because of these panels. So let's go ahead and assemble them. So let's grab the white bits first of all. So here we can just do our normal mountain layers. And if you wanted to, you could just do 2 layers, just do the gold and then the actual do the gold and then do the actual coordinated card, the printed card stock. It would save on your card a little bit. That one, we've got that one, and then we've got this one. I'll pop that one down. So that one does seem to be a little wider for some reason, but it could be fine. We'll pop that in the middle. So let's reassemble our bird. No, it's going to be that way around. Just make sure they all fit on the right ones. fits on there quite nicely. It's a little bit smaller for some reason. It's cut a little smaller. We'll hide that. And same with that one. Okay, so I have cut them a little bit shorter on one side, so on two of the panels, so let me stick them on and then I will come up with a solution for that. So I'm going to make sure I'm lining them up to the the right hand side. Just so that when they're back on the card they line up. I did tell you my brain wasn't working today, didn't I? And then that one is the perfect size, so I don't know why I deviated away from that side, but there you go. So let's see, what have we got here? We have got some little pieces. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these on the card, and then I'm going to work out what I'm doing with those. So I think the best thing to do is pop a little bit of red liner tape. So I think we're going to do 2 on that side and then 1 on the other. So I am going to use my all-purpose glue as well, so this is just going to be to hold it in the interim. Oops. So just make sure they go. Okay, what I'm going to do is just give those a minute to go off before I work anymore, so bear with me and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I have done a couple of things just while that was drying. From the edge of the topper sheet, what I did was just cut a really thin slither of green, and I've just put it down that edge as a border. I've also dropped something on the floor. Just cut a couple of bows, tied a couple of bows, same way as I did before, just using that bow maker just to make the little teeny tiny bows, because I am going to use the tags on those ones there. Okay, or I might do it on there and there, but anyhow, we're going to be using those tags. Okay, so let's come back to our card. So we need to sort of space these out on how we want them to go. So kind of want it to be as even as possible. It's not easy because it's moving. Let me just grab. Let me just move those out of the way. So just because they are moving and I don't want them to, just going to pop a little bit of masking tape under there. This is just the Hunkydory tape, so it will peel off. Just want them to stay a little bit still for me without doing any damage to the card underneath. There we go, so this is going to make it a bit easier for me now. There's its body, there's those, so let's put them on. It's just a case of just getting them to where you are happy. A bit fluffy on that side. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now we can take some of this off, this red liner tape. I can pop some all-purpose glue on there. I can pop that into place. And then I'm going to come and do the same on the bottom one next. Again, putting that all-purpose glue on there rather than trying to guess it on my panel. Okay, I think that is good. So tricky one, this one. It's not, gotta think about it. Probably not the best one to do with my brain not working, but hey ho, we're in the middle of it now and we're nearly done, so. Okay, so now if I take all of those sticky bits out and those sticky bits, let's get rid of those and that. So this is how our card is sitting. Okay, so I have these tags, so I'm kind of thinking I was going to go, so the plan, original plan, was to pop one of the toppers in the middle, so it's probably going to be this one that matches, which is the believe you can and you're halfway there. What do those other sentiments say? Many happy returns. So they don't really go with that sentiment, do they? I'm wondering whether to go with the peacock in the middle, even though it's a different bird. So you've got the two birds on this one card. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with the two different birds. So let's just pop this out. So a lot of this is going to be quite flat. So I have got the decoration in the points, so I do need to be just a little bit careful about that. So I'm going to put that up nice and high, just that we can still use it as the insert. And I think I might leave this one out. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I'm going to leave it out, and I'm just going to bring in like a 1mm pad, just because it's on that inside, so we don't want too much height on there. Okay, let's pop peacock in. I didn't put any glue on that, but I'm sure it will be fine. So let's close that up. Let's use this to poke out the little hole. And a little hole there. And then, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to go like that, or we could go like that and then have some gems. Let's do it that way. Okay, so I'm just going to separate these bows that I did. Again with that black ribbon, the same black ribbon. I'm also going to bring those gems in, which I will need in a moment. Okay, so glue gel. Actually, we're going to need a little foam pad first of all, so let's just cut that in half. Put that onto there. Actually, now I want to do a little bit of glittering, so I'll do that before I put that bow on. Let's put that lid back on a second. And then again with that one. Now, I did bring my glitter in, yes I did. So we're just going to pop that onto there. Let's just move those out for a second. And grab a piece of paper and my Quickie glue pen and my glamour dust. And what I'm going to do is just stroke the pen along those feathers, so it just picks up that bird. And you can do as much or as little as you like. Just have a look at that under the light. Need a little bit more there. I'm going to bring a little bit of magic to him. So I'm not doing any on any of these flowers, so it's just purely this gorgeous bird. Okay, and that will we will be able to take some of that off with the fine brush once it's dried. So let's just pop that out of the way, and now we can come in with that 3D glue gel and just pop a little bit into that hole. Pop these cute little black bows on. A little bit long, just get some of that off. Then into there, and then lastly, if I just rotate that round, just thinking what I'm just going to do some random gems rather than doing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so now you can just pick up a few here and there. Oops, it's alive. So, might go with the bigger one because that's a bigger dot of glue. And then there. So obviously that glue will dry clear. That's no problem at all. But then that is that fancy gatefold. I will come back at the end and just brush that excess glitter off, so you'll see that it's not quite so in your face, but and that's opening up with that nice little surprise in there. If you want to decorate on those inside bits there to hide that join, you can do. I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it as it is because I think that's, my friends wouldn't look, to be honest with you, so I'm pretty sure not many people would. So that's that. So I have just got one other fairly quick card that I'm going to use with this one. So bear with me while I just get set up for that. Okay, so the last bit of one to use is this topper here, which is the Believe You Can, and you're halfway there. So just because it's a round topper and it's really easy to use that way, I bought in this rocker card die that I've got, and I do love using it. What I've done, so I take the base one, I fold a piece of card, and then I cut that like so. So that's the fold of the card there. So now I've got my card blank. I've then used that again to cut a gold piece and a piece from those papers, and I've also used the circle that's in there to cut this Hunkydory Matastic Adorable Scoreable. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, so you can see where the tape's ripped off there, but it's not going to be a problem because it's going to be covered. So I'm just going to cut along there and cut that tab off, and that should fit perfectly over the top. So what I do is I use a I'm going to use these quite thick ones. So these Hunkydory, not Hunkydory, these are Crafter's Companion foam pads, probably about 5mm, so quite chunky, because I want there to be a nice gap, so it doesn't matter how you pop them on, just there for support. So this one will go straight over the top of the other one. A little bit of tacky glue. And then that's just going to go straight over the top. What that does is it gives you that that sort of space there, and what I find is that it rocks better for me, and I don't need to put that support in the center because it does hold its own. Okay, so I'm going to do the same with this one. I'll cut this the tab off first of all, and what I'm planning on doing is putting that on but bringing it up. Okay, so what I need to do, let me just get that around about where I need that to go. And if I cut along that little score line there, hopefully it should give me just a nice border each side. Just pop that one off. So there's just sort of an indentation from the actual die itself. So there is a line there to sort of follow. Let's have a look, see how that looks now. Let's put it the right way up so I can see. Okay, so I need to take just a little more on this side, I think. It doesn't really matter about the centerpiece because that's going to be covered anyway with the actual circle topper. So I'm not worrying about that. All I'm wanting is just to get a hint of gold all the way around these bottom pieces. So let's just take, slither off there. There. Hopefully we should be pretty much there. Okay, so pop some all-purpose glue in the middle, just because that's been working for me lately. Just the one time you don't want it to, it will probably all go wrong, but let's be optimistic. There we go. And then that one I can cut off the back. Like I say, it's not really going to be a big deal because it's going to be hidden. Okay. And then I think, so we've got this piece on there, we've got that on there, that on there, and then I'm going to put my sentiment across there, which will come out of that pad again. So let's go ahead and pop some glue on here. Again, I'm using my all-purpose with a little bit of tacky glue as well. Just trying to be careful where I put that because I don't want it to go. Let's put it on the right side, over the edge. And it's up to you on how high and how low you want that to be. Just move that a little bit. And then I'm going to come in with some 1mm pads. And put these on. And this is just a really handy die to have for any of those odd circle toppers that you get left over. You know, it's easy enough to pair them up with papers or any leftover cardstock that you've got. So it's I think I've made like about 4 or 5 of them. I've done a couple on my channel before. But yeah, it's a really handy die to have for sure if you're into your die cutting. I know not everybody is. If you're not, basically you could just do a little 4x4 card square, little gold mat, maybe use some of the papers, little border maybe, or you might have managed to get some of the acetate and be using that instead. So loads of different ways. Quite straight. Let's just try that again. So this one's got a sort of design at the top and the bottom. And the thing about the rocker cards is just be careful where you put your weight. So if you put anything weighty on one side, you definitely need to do it again on the other. Let's just put 2 of those on there rather than grab a new packet this minute. Otherwise it's not going to rock perfectly. And for the insert I would use that same die again to cut the inside. Cut another one of those with the insert paper, trim it at the top and just pop it inside. Go, so believe you can. You're halfway there. Good motto for life. Let's bring back, she says, where have I hidden it? That pad. Okay, so let's have a look, see what we've got on here. We've got believe you can, you're halfway there. Let's go with anything is possible. So, because I think that goes with that really well, that sentiment. And so I'm just going to bring in that up, just because I need to cut. And like I say, you're going to keep all of these nice and safe. little bit of gold. We've got some there. We have. And what I'm going to do is just open up that edge. I'm just going to mat and layer that just like I did before. That's there. Just put a little nail mark there so I know where to cut. And again, apologies for bringing out the old scrappy cutter. Yeah, it's going in there. So a good day for using up bits. And that's a great thing about this as well. If you've got any bits there, you can just pop those on. So let's put those there. And what should we do? Should we use some dots? Yes, let's use some dots. So anything is possible. Oops. Here we go. Then I'm going to keep it nice and low. These are 1mm pads. There. Tucking that under there just a little bit. I think that's about central, or about as good as I am going to get. And then and I think I'm going to go with 4. The other one was even, so must be having an even day for gems. So 2 little gold ones there, 2 little gold ones there. Okay, now the test, does it rock? And she does. And that's that one finished. So let's bring the other cards I've made today. So I did try cutting that out in white, but I didn't like it. And then we've got this one. Let me just bring my fluffy brush in. Take that excess of that off. Okay. Okay, so there's the cards that I've done for today. So I've got glitter everywhere. So we've got that fancy gatefold, just your normal easel, and then that little rocker just with that leftover topper. Going to be back next time. I think I'm playing with the lion and the tiger next time. It's got to be done. And that should be on Saturday, if all being well. But thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Happy crafting. Bye bye.